All right, and so this last demonstration is I'm going to show you how to make some sort of simple shape. So the rules are you can only make it through Polygon primitives, and you can move, rotate, and manipulate as much as you want. And the last rule is, this person kind of cheated right there, but the last rule is that you have to use 4 different primitives. Okay, what are the primitives? The primitives are a cylinder, cone, plane, helix, pipe, pyramid, prism, torus, and ball. This object can be whatever you want, so one person decided to do a robot, one person decided to do, Wally, as we can recognize Wally. Another person decided to do a plane. I don't care what the object is, as long as there is some complexity to it, and you're using at least 4 different primitive shapes. However you want to interpret this, go for it. But I want a nice, you can tell what it is. I want an object that is obvious, it's something in real life or something made up, but we can still recognize. It's made with simple shapes, but it does have a complexity to it, right? So to give you a quick demo on how, I'll start by making a very simple Jeep, right? So if I wanted to make a Jeep, I can start with a cube. And this cube will be the base of it. Now, if you're in wireframe mode when you start a new project, how do I switch it? I press 5, and that'll make it gray. So I'm just going to make a nice little Jeep body. And that's its front, and that's its. So the Z is over here. That's its front. This is the side. I'm also going to make it a little deeper. And this is going to be very simple. I'm hoping you can do better. And then to make his wheels, I'm going to make a cylinder. Create Polygon Cylinder. Here's his cylinder. I'm going to rotate it, and now that's turning into a wheel. But it's a little too thick, so I'm going to scale it in, and that is a wheel. I'm going to kind of move it over here, and I'm going to give him a big wheel. Something like that. All right. Next. Now, this is a great trick. Why do that 4 times when Maya will do it for me very easily? So if I hit Command D, it duplicates it. Notice the lines kind of change. It's made a second cylinder of those exact same dimensions just right on top of it. So I got 2 lined up nice like that. I'm going to do it again. Shift, select the second one, and hit Command D. And now I have 2 more just like it. I'm just going to plop them in on that side like that. And now I have that. So I've used 1 primitive shape, 2 primitive shapes. Even though there's 4 of them, that's still only 1 primitive shape. So the next thing I'm probably going to do is make a windshield, and I could do that with a prism. I could also do it with a pyramid. I could also do it with a cube. I could also do it with all these other things, and I'm going to rotate it so that, oops, don't use it by all 3. Something like that. And then I'm going to scale it out. Now don't be afraid to kind of just shove it in the object. As long as it's not poking through the other side, you can kind of hide some of your mistakes by just kind of shoving it through. This does break rules later, but for right now, go ahead and do that. So there is windshield, and I need a 4th thing. So now what am I going to do? How about a spare tire and headlights? So again, I go to Create. I'm going to make a torus, and this torus can easily be his lights. Now, if I got a lot of time, if I'm figuring it, so it can be a spare tire if it's right in the middle, or if I shrink it down and move it off to the side, now he's got headlights. And again, Command D to duplicate it, and I have 2 headlights right in front of him, like that. All right. And if I want to make 1 more, oops, hit that Command D. I'll make 1 more. And then make this bigger again. He's got a little spare tire on the back of his little Jeep. And that's a very simple object, done very simply with primitive shapes, but it allows you to practice everything. So, what am I grading you on? I'm grading you on a couple things. 1, did you use 4 primitive shapes? 2, is it evident that you've done scale, rotate, and move to these primitive shapes? And 3, is it creative? Is it something unique? Is it something that I can tell what it is just by looking at it? And you can, I mean, it's not the best, but you can tell it's a Jeep or a car. If I wanted to add more detail, if I got more time, I can just take this, duplicate it, pull it in front, and then scale it down. And look, I got a hubcap. It's a big hubcap. I'm gonna have to shove it back in. And then I can make 2 more hubcaps just like so, duplicate, and then shift select that guy, Command D, and plop it in there like that. And now he's got hubcaps, so I got a little more dimension. I can just keep adding detail. I can put a person in here with a sphere and a cone. I can just keep adding. But that's a nice little basic shape, and that works for me. Then when you're all done, you're gonna hit File, Save Scene As, and you're gonna call it your period, which might be first, it might be second, it might be fifth, period, underscore, and you're gonna call it simple shape 1 underscore, and then your last name. So your period is gonna be an actual number, per is actually gonna be a number, and last name is gonna be that, and like that one's 0, simple shape 1 underscore Andrews. So whatever it is, and I like to change number, per is actually gonna be a number, and last name is gonna be that, and like that one's 0, simple shape 1 underscore Andrews. So whatever it is, and I like to change this to my ASCII. Please don't make it my binary, and then you hit Save As, and then go ahead and turn that into the Submit folder. All right, and I hope you had a good demo.